Once a king had a son who went away from his father, taking a long journey of 100 days. And on his long journey, he met one of his friends who told him, "Hey man, go back to your father. Your father may be waiting for you." The prince was very sad, put down his head and said in a low voice, I can't go back because I have traveled long away from my father. It is difficult for me to go back." The king, who heard his son's response, wrote to him saying, "Son, return back as far as you can, and I will make sure I'll be working towards you to complete your destiny." The Lord says, "Come back to me, and I will come back to you to make your life whole." Dearly beloved in Jesus Christ, welcome to the reflections of 4th Lenten Sunday, Year C. During this Sunday's liturgy, we hear about the prodigal son. Prodigal son is a parable unparalleled to any liturgical device that has been there for centuries down. Jesus teaches very high, profound themes using this parable titled The Prodigal Son. But today, I would like to focus on a theme which is very much needed for this present generation. The theme is very simple, and it can be titled as "We are the recipients of forgiveness and we are the agents of forgiveness." Let me tell you how. Imagine the son decided to come back to his father. If the father was not willing to forgive his son and receive him into his house, the story would have been a different idea. The role of the father is as important as the role of the prodigal son who took his first step to walk towards his father. And we have both these characters in our own personality, and we have to play the role of the son and the father according to our situations. First and foremost, let us examine and see how can we be the recipients of forgiveness. And this is the role of the son or the prodigal son. Obviously, the son was in need of forgiveness of his father. He was in need of the forgiveness of God. And he went and begged for his forgiveness, and he received forgiveness. Here, one plays the role of recipient of forgiveness from others. Now, what brought forgiveness to the prodigal son? Did he deserve the forgiveness? Only that fetched him forgiveness is his willingness to get up from the place where he fell down and confess his sin to his father. The moment he realized that there are hundreds of hired servants who were taken care well in my father's house, whereas I am suffering here, was the moment he actually deserved his forgiveness. So, dear friends, if we want to receive forgiveness from others, we need to have that willing heart to get up from the place of fallen state, acknowledge our own sinful state, and take the first step to ask God, "Lord, I have sinned against you, and I am willing to be called just as your servant." And this quality, if we possess, we will obviously receive forgiveness from God and even forgiveness from our neighbors who may be sometimes adamant. Therefore, take to your idea that if you and me are willing to accept forgiveness from others, obviously we will receive forgiveness. Secondly, the liturgy also helps us to meditate upon the idea that we are the agents of forgiveness. It is here where we meditate upon the merciful Father who welcomed the Son who squandered all his property in loose living. Imagine if the Father was not willing to accept his Son back into his house, what would happen? The Son would have not received forgiveness. In this purpose, the Father became an agent of forgiveness. He gave forgiveness to the one who came to him. Sometimes we will be agents of forgiveness. There may be someone who is actually asking for forgiveness from us. Are we willing to forgive? Are we willing to celebrate the forgiveness given to others and bring them back to the path of the Lord? Are you willing to forgive your bitter enemy? Jesus tells, anybody can have a celebration with his friends. Anybody can forgive his friends. The true Christian is to forgive even his own enemies, one who slaps on you. Therefore, dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, from the fourth Lenten Sunday liturgy, understand we have to play the role of the recipient of forgiveness as well as the agent of forgiveness in our day-to-day life. Only then will be called to Christians. Let God bless us all. Have a blessed Sunday.